Hi, my name's Ted Allen, and I'm working with StarKist on their new Think Tuna campaign. We're encouraging people to think about tuna in new ways. How do you make that classic tuna sandwich even more delicious? Simple, fresh herbs. Think about adding something different like tarragon, basil, or dill. And another direction you might take are spices like coriander or fennel seed. This is a pasta dish, and it begins with these beautiful little tomatoes and salt. And what you do is you start by sprinkling salt on these guys, and I'm not going to have time to let it sit for as long as I would. I need a spoon. Chef, do we have a spoon handy? And you just toss your tomatoes with the salt, and after about 15 minutes, the salt draws a lot of juice out of the tomato. This becomes the foundation. Thank you, Chef. Here, I'll just put this in this big bowl. This becomes the foundation for your vinaigrette. And I found that it really, really worked well with the herb and garlic tuna. Once the tomatoes have had a chance to sort of express that liquid out, you can combine them with a little bit of shallot, a little bit of freshly chopped parsley, a little freshly chopped basil, some capers. I've used capers twice tonight. I really like pickled things. I like the brightness. We're going to amp that up just a little bit with some red wine vinegar, a little fresh garlic, and then a little extra virgin olive oil, and the secret ingredient here, probably the most important ingredient in this dish, a little cumin. And what I like about cumin in this dish is that when I'm going to warm this vinaigrette up a little bit, and when it hits the pan, that cumin is just going to envelop the room, and it's so aromatic and earthy and wonderful. This really is a favorite of mine. So you toss this up, let the flavors mingle, and then this is where we add our Tuna Creations herb and garlic tuna. Now, there are 6 flavors of the Tuna Creations line. There's tomato pesto, hickory smoked is one of my favorites. That's what I've used in the enchiladas here. And what I like about the way StarKist has done this is that they've kept the marinades light. So if you want to eat it out of the pouch and put it on crackers, you've got plenty of flavor. If you want to use it in recipes, the flavorings that are in the tuna already just serve as a complement and they don't overwhelm, and you still get tuna flavor. So we have our pasta that Chef has been kind enough to prep for me already, and then right when you're ready to serve, and this has to be done, as the French would say, à la minute, you give this just a little bit of warmth, and it's going to soften the tomatoes a little bit. I can smell it already. I don't know if it's hit you yet. The cumin just really, really makes this, I think. 2 minutes on the fire. I start that just a couple of minutes before the pasta's ready. You just take your tuna and tomatoes. You've got a lot of bright color. You've got the colors of Italy. You've got white. You've got green. You've got red. And it's healthy. Really the only fat in this, there are only 60 calories in a serving of this tuna. And the only fat that, well, no, now I've added olive oil. But that's the good fat. That's what I want to believe. And we have omega-3 fatty acids, which the American Heart Association tells us is good for your heart.